Okay, it is March 1st, 12:34 p.m. in the afternoon on the Eastern Coast. Let me just get the disclaimer out of the way. This is not financial advice. This is only to be used as entertainment. Please do your own research. Thank you. So let's see, we haven't done a stream in about 5 days. And let's see, real quick. A million token has been taking a hit since beginning of February. I think we're down about 50%. So somewhere around here to where we were, we were down here at minus 50%. And with these wicks, we were down almost 60%. Those wicks, I thought, I didn't think we were going to get a turnaround. So that's why it's always good to DCA. And I didn't have a lot of money worth, I thought, doing a wire transfer cost me $40. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just wait until next week to do a wire transfer. So I kind of lost out on these really good deals here. I could have bought some, but, I was looking at the prices and who got these good deals below like $6, right? So I saw this one buy order here for $1,300. But he got like 209 million token at $6.27. That was probably one of the big buys that caught my eye. So if you go to his address, he was buying a million token and then he threw it over to to Ethereum blockchain, 1,775. So he didn't sell. And then if you go to the Ethereum blockchain, you find his 1,775. He staked it. So it's good. That's the way to do it. If you want to buy low and just kind of forget about it, and then you start earning, interest on the pool, which is right now at 19.16%. So, Tech Lead is still behind the project because if he wasn't, he wouldn't be putting his own million tokens into the pool. So keep that in mind. I know he's put out some controversial YouTube videos with the Ukraine and Russia war that's going on over there. And, he's got a right to say, speak his mind. Everybody has an opinion. And, no point in blaming him on, a million token, price, politics and crypto. Bitcoin doesn't care what's going on in Ukraine. It's going to do what it's going to do. And same thing with million token. Bitcoin survives because the community is strong, okay? And you've got a worldwide adoption of it. And, if the community is strong for million token, then I'd say, million token has a shot of continuing to grow up. Now, whether it's going to outpace a Bitcoin, only time will tell. But the fundamentals to me are still telling me that it's a better money supply because there's no inflation, and basically mainly because there's no inflation, but it's also decentralized like Bitcoin. I'm not too worried about the hash rate and the difficulty or whatever. If Ethereum blockchain hasn't been hacked, I'm okay. There are some concerns about the bridges though, but right now million token is still so small. I'm not too worried about it. But prices below like $6, they're really kind of small buys. So I'm glad you guys got them because, if I would put in my money, even the little bit amount of money I had, I could have wire transferred. I could have bought, everything up below $6. So, be grateful you got it below $6. Not a lot of big orders. And I think we were even below $5 for a little bit. Yeah. So, in my mind, I'll tell you what I was going on. I saw these wicks here, and I'm like, oh, we're going to come down there and revisit these low levels of $5, and I'll buy that next week. Well, I may not get that chance. So we'll just see what Bitcoin does. But yeah, we've been down about 50% since the beginning of the month. And in contrast, let's take a look what Bitcoin did. So in the beginning of the month, we were around here, 38,000, and now we're up 15%. So we were somewhere, right around here, and we're up, 14.89%. So, million token is still shaking out the weekends, I think. We had, those wicks here at the bottom, they kind of look like capitulation wicks. If you go to the body of them and you go down to the low part of the wicks, it's like 20% drop. So again, there's not a lot of tokens down there to buy up for those prices. So just keep that in mind. It's not like you can time it either unless you had some limit orders. This is on the Polygon network. So if you had some limit orders, you could have got some. But I think, even if you had, 15 or 50 tokens to buy up here at these prices of like 550. I don't think the wicks would have gone down so low. So let's see what else we have. So on Bitcoin, let me just pull up the 4-hour real quick. If we're above the 4-hour exponential ribbon, short term, that's bullish. And if we're below it, it's bearish. And we're, pretty far above it right now and meeting resistance up here at the major resistance here, so below $50,000 and below. But we've been kind of going sideways, right? Since about beginning mid-January, up and down like a sine wave. And let's just put this on the daily chart, see what we got. Bitcoin's doing really good right now at $43,600. We were almost at $45,000 earlier today. So in the daily chart, we are above the exponential ribbon. That's good. We've got these 3 major moving averages to break. And of course, this green and red line, which is the big daddy of them all, is, just around $50,000. So if you go on the weekly chart, okay, so we want to get above this red and green band here. And, we're still quite a ways away from it, actually. Let's take a look. We would have to pump another 21%, and then, hopefully we won't have a fake out. But, right pretty much in the middle between this, oversold and the green band. Now, fundamentally, you saw what was going on in Canada, right? With people's accounts being frozen if they, donated $25 to the truckers convoy. And you see what's going on in Russia, where, their currency is being devalued now with sanctions and everything. I think Russia's increased their interest rates to 20%, trying to keep people to, keep the money in the bank. But, we know money in the bank isn't really your money, right? So, I was watching Invest Answers YouTube latest stream either today or yesterday. And, he was wondering, he and his team were wondering if the pump was from either, Russia, Ukraine, or Canada. And it turned out no. It turned out, I think it was from Europe. And the recent price increase in Bitcoin probably was from a short squeeze. I think there was like $4 billion pumped into the Bitcoin, and that was enough to create that short squeeze, which pumped Bitcoin price even higher. So that's Invest Answers angle on that. And I tend to agree with it. I saw other posts on Twitter saying, commenting about the short squeeze. So it kind of went in line with that. Will that be enough to sustain the price? I don't know. I want to see us break above this yellow line. Okay, so this is the long term. Since 2012, Bitcoin on Bitstamp, and when we're above this yellow moving average line, we're in a bull trend, and when we break it, we're usually in a bear trend. And we're still below it. And if we were to break above it, where is that price at? 49,000, 50,000, somewhere around there. And if we break above it, it might be a fake out, it might break out and then come down, retest, and then maybe go up. I don't know. But we might even get rejected by it, right? This is a hypothetical, speculation of where Bitcoin price can go. We could still hit, $100,000 in end of this year, but we still might have lower lows too. There's that CME gap somewhere around $25,000, $26,000. We can come down there, fill it, create a lower low, and then skyrocket. So I'm still holding on my Bitcoin because long term I'm thinking it's going to be higher in price than it is today in 3 or 4 years. Same mentality for me for Million Token. And I have Million Token as a speculative investment. I believe in the fundamentals, but something came up. I was watching, going through my Twitter, and Max Kaiser's name came up because I like Max Kaiser, but he said some things about the Russia-Ukraine crisis recently, or not recently, a couple of weeks ago. He was calling it a hoax, and that Russia wasn't going to invade Ukraine, and he's deleted, I think, these tweets already. But one thing I noticed was in some of these posts, he actually created a coin called Max Coin. And I'm like, well, if anybody's going to have a successful altcoin, it's going to be Max Kaiser. I don't know the fundamentals of this, but I think he created it like Bitcoin, where it had a halving cycle every 4 years. And if you couldn't get into Bitcoin early, this was kind of like your second chance. So, I looked at Max Coin on, CoinGecko. I'm like, well, what did his coin do? So, it started off at 66 cents according to, CoinGecko, went up to $2.77 very shortly after that. And then this is back in, 2014, very long time ago. And it's like, well, what has it done since today, right? So if you scroll out and see what it did, it didn't do anything, right? I mean, this was the pump to almost $3, and then now it's, flatlined. It's a dead project, and it's markets. Where can you even buy this? YoBit, and there's no volume here, right? $252 and $18, and so it's a dead project. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because Max Kaiser, everybody knows Max Kaiser, and he's got all the Bitcoin fans and everything, and his coin couldn't even do well long term. So I don't know if Million Token is going to have the same fate. It just depends upon the community. It depends upon the fundamentals. So, I kind of knew that when I got into it. If it goes to $1, I'm okay with it because, I kind of mentally prepared for that. And it's just going to be a lesson learned if that's the case, right? If it's this, it really can't go below $1 value-wise because of the dollar peg. But if it just kind of stays there forever and doesn't go anywhere because it becomes like a dead project like Max Coin over many years, I mean, that's been out for 8 years. It hasn't done anything. If Million Token just stays at $1 for 8 years, I guess you could say by then it's a dead project. And it's the lesson learned is adoption is probably more important than fundamentals. But if fundamentals only go so far, and word of mouth and everything. So I know some people in the community are creating use cases for it. The main use case we have now for Million Token is, you have to have 10 of them on Metaphor to create your own, unique username, and you can link your Twitter picture to it. That's a good use case. A previous use case was when Missile and his team were working on Lion Run. And if you had Million Token, then you would be kind of like whitelisted for NFTs, which were a lot of fun. So encourage people to have Million Token, and the more Million Token you had, the greater chances you might get a rare NFT or maybe just more NFTs. So those were good use cases. In the future, maybe, if you're trying to cut the line of a VIP, club, you could flash your Million Token NFT or show your balance or something, and you cut the line. That would be a use case for Million Token. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So if you're thinking of creating use cases for Million Token, you have to appeal to the people that don't already have a Million Token yet. Okay, don't try to just sell something with the Million Token logo on it and thinking that people are going to buy it. You have to make them want to have Million Token for other reasons. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you're selling, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. If you're selling T-shirts or whatever, trying to make a buck off a Million Token, that's not a use case. I know it's advertisement and all that, but I really think there's a difference between encouraging people to own Million Token, to hold it for another reason, other than just to get their name out. You have a use case for it. So just keep that in mind if you come up with use cases. So Bitcoin versus gold. I saw this recently. We were consolidating this band, and with the recent pump, we are out of it. So you might consider this a double bottom. We've got resistances up here, and I think Bitcoin's got room to go up. I mean, I've already shown you, we can go up to $50,000 and still be in a bear market. Okay, because if we get rejected by 50,000 and we come back down lower, it's still a bear market. Everybody has their own definitions of a bear market and a bull market. I think one definition is if we get above this 20 weekly moving average, then as long as we stay above it, and the angle of the moving average is almost at a 45-degree angle, then yeah, that's a bull market. And then by definition, if you say we break it and maybe we're going to bear market. But right now, looking at the angle of this moving average, it's not going up at a 45-degree angle like it was going in 2017 or somewhere around mid 2020 where we were going. Let's get above it. Maybe have a fake out retest and maybe go back and forth a little bit. But this moving average has got to slope up eventually if we want to maintain a bull trend, right? So if this thing starts angling up and we're above it, this thing's Bitcoin's gonna explode just like it did in 2017. And if it happens to do that, it could be because of the use case it has. It has the use case of people in Canada may not want their money frozen, or people in Ukraine or Russia who are scared about these sanctions and having their currency devalued might be buying Bitcoin. And maybe favorable regulations come out in other countries for Bitcoin, as legal tender or whatever. Who knows what's going to happen in the future, but there's definitely a use case for Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin does well, then altcoins do well. But right now, if that's the case, people are going to be flocking to Bitcoin. They're not going to be looking at altcoins. That comes later. So I am happy that we are above $6 now for million token. I got a good chunk of million token below $7. I think I paid like $6.82. I think I said it was. I forgot what it was. So we're still even below that, but I'm going to be patient. And if Bitcoin and the altcoins continue to go in a bull run fashion and just go up from here, I'm good. I'll just sit on my funds and the money that I have now, and I continue to save. I'll just splurge it a little bit, right? Maybe I'll take a vacation break or something. Lord knows I need it. And I haven't had a vacation break since August of 2019. I had 1 week at a beach back then, and I haven't had a week vacation yet. So yeah, all my money's been sucked into crypto since late 2017. So yeah, I would welcome a bull run so I could just sit back and not feel stressed out. But if we go back down below, let's say we get rejected either from where we are now or at 50,000, and we just come back lower to these lower levels of 30,000 or $26,000 or $28,000. For me, it's just more buying opportunity, and then I'll be able to buy million token probably at lower prices than where we are today. So I was hoping to buy some million token below $6, but I got greedy and I thought maybe I can cash a check next week and wire $40 more money, but it just didn't work out for me that way. But I'll be patient. Either way, don't worry about me. If it goes to $1 or whatever, I'm good because I got other crypto, mainly Bitcoin, that if that continues to go up, I'm doing good. I'm doing good right now with the price of Bitcoin going up 15% and yesterday, right? I'm doing real good. So don't worry about me. I'm not worried about it either because, I think people are worried about I'm going to sell million token. I'm not worried about it. It's just, it's just going to sit there and it'll just be a tax write-off. I just sell it and buy it back, and then it's just a tax write-off for me. So the altcoin cycle, we are coming down to this lower part of this bull flag, if that's what it is. We don't know until after it plays out. So, we could go down no lower, but, it's looking pretty good. The Ethereum, Bitcoin, we could go down a no lower or a lot more no lower. This is a lower Bollinger Bands. This is on the weekly chart, or we can come back down and retest, down here. I think, the altcoins should turn around relatively soon. It could be a couple more weeks though. Just got to wait and see. The S&P 500 index looks like it is having a down week. Let me go to the daily chart and see where we're at. Yeah, another down day, not minus 1.29%. People are saying that Bitcoin is starting to decouple from the markets. I still think it's too early right now. But yeah, the stock market in the United States isn't doing so well. Oh my God, have you seen what was going on in the Russian index? Let's see now. What was that called? MOE something? Russia ruble. Let's see what the Russian ruble is doing. I know that's not doing so well. Jeez. So this is on the monthly chart. Let me just put on the daily chart. So, a daily chart since, let's say, February 17th, about half a month ago, it went down like 35%, and right now it's at almost minus 30%. So if you had all that cash sitting in your bank in rubles, you would have lost about 30% in 15 days or so. And man, if you put this on the monthly chart and you zoom out since 1996, it's been down, 95%, like an altcoin. Boy, from 96 to July 99, it's just been terrible. And then it's still been going down since then. Let's see now, from February 2013, 70%, and 2008, 80% down. Man, since the housing crisis, it's been down almost 80%. That's something. So, yeah, the Russian citizens, they probably need crypto more than a lot of other people do. But yeah, the Russian index, their stock market index, got hit really hard. I'm trying to remember. I had it saved in earlier. Let's see now. The Russian index. There it is. MOEX. With all the sanctions and everything, and some bank assets are frozen in some countries. Not going to be good. So this is on the daily chart. Yikes. Now this could happen to any country, by the way. Like if USA screws up and we get sanctioned, we were down 61% almost since the highs here. And I think just recently, since, that February 17th, we're down 53%, but right now it's down 35% for the Russian index. So they've got to be hurting. I mean, imagine if, like, I don't know what they have over there in Russia, if they have 401ks or something like that. But if the citizens are trying to save, like they are in America, and all of a sudden you take a 35% hit or 80 or 60% hit since late last year, you just lost half your retirement funds, right? And that's not even counting the currency, or inflation or whatever. That's just, man, I know it's not fair. So, Bo, you got to get out of the money system. You got to get out of the complete system. You got to take control of your money in crypto. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. Most of my money is out of the system. So what else do we have? Let's see, what's going on big in my thing. So yeah, we hit 44,600 earlier, almost 45,000. And I think I covered everything. I really got to figure out how to move my million token off of Polygon also. So I think Copper Bryson was going to be doing that. So if you're, Bri, if you're listening, comment down below what you did and how much the fees were, and if you had to pay anything in million token. But what I showed earlier in this video, somebody was moving like that 1,700 million tokens. He was able to move the whole amount. So we shouldn't have to be paying in any type of fees in million token. So yeah, my thoughts and prayers are with the people in Ukraine. I hope they work things out. I don't think the peace talks are going very well. They were going pretty fast. There was a good story about some guy trying to get out of Ukraine. His friend sent him some Bitcoin so he can buy a car to drive out of Ukraine. So that was a nice story. And yeah, anyway, Let's see what's going on in the chat real quick. We got Repo Bus. Hey, thanks for being here, man, and doing some great content. I really enjoy your recent videos. Same with NFT Daily. I haven't seen Crypto Backstage post some recent videos. I think he's been focusing on the Pulse chain, and I know he was kind of mad at TL, but I think he's apologized on Twitter recently. So things can get heated for a while. And I think, who am I missing? I think we're basically the main guys talking about Million Token on Twitter besides Tech Lead. Tech Lead hasn't mentioned Million Token in the last 3 or 4 of his videos, I think. So it's gonna be me, NFT Daily, Repobus, Repobus or Repo, and maybe Crypto Backstage. I think those are the main ones. And let's see what else is in comments real quick. It's see questions here. Hi Tim, talk about the fact that somebody made a bot that write comment continuously on CoinMarketCap to hide all negative comments. I don't know what that is about. That does remind me though about people are talking about the OpenSea hack. If you're worried about it, just move any of your funds to a new wallet. Simple as that. Just create a new wallet, move those funds. I think the main issue is there were some phishing attacks, and whatever the case was, you probably clicked on approval signatures where a third-party contract would be able to take your funds, basically. So I don't think I got hit with it, but it's all if you're worried about it, just take 30 seconds and just move your funds to another wallet, and don't use that wallet. Just consider it like a HODL wallet, and don't hook up that address wallet to any websites. That's when you're a hodler, it's just life's so much easier. Like even when I buy Million Token, I'll buy it on MetaMask and then I'll just transfer that over to like my Trezor address. Polygon, it's easy, right? Because you're just paying pennies for buys and transfers. So it's, once it gets sent over to my Trezor wallet, it just I don't have to hook up my Trezor to my computer when I do that. You just send it to the address. You only have to hook up your hardware wallet if you have to withdraw funds or sell them or transfer them. But yeah, I don't hook up my wallet. I can't remember last. The only time I have to hook up my hardware wallets is if I have to vote on something. Really, that's about it. Which that's something's I trust Tech Lead's voting system and Carl's voting system when he had the LionGov system. But even though if you're in another community with crypto and they do voting, you have to read everything you click. Otherwise, you might be giving them some rights to your money. But if you have a hardware wallet, I don't think you still have to read everything, but you're less likely to get hacked, I think, because if your funds are on MetaMask, your MetaMask has a private keys, and if you click that they could take your funds. Well, you're not. They could just take it basically. But if it's on a hardware wallet, you might have to press some buttons for the funds to be released. But I could be wrong on that. That's why it's better just to have a separate address for hodling, and you just throw it over there and forget about it. Don't hook it up to OpenSea or voting systems or whatever if you don't have to. Let's see what else we have in chat. Yeah, Max Kaiser didn't have a dollar peg in place. We could bounce off that dollar peg. If we ever hit it, we could go up and then come down, hit the dollar peg, go up a little bit less. It could be, there's two types of altcoins. One is like an oscillating altcoin where it just kind of goes up and down. Let's see now. Let me pull up XRP. I haven't pulled up XRP in a while. I actually did buy XRP many, many years ago. And Cardano, but I got in and out real quick because back then I was like, wow, 20% gain in a day. I can't even get that in the stock market. I'm going to just cash out now. And good thing I did. Let's see now, XRP. I know people love XRP. I don't know why, because they bought it cheap and they need other people to pump their bags, but the fundamentals are not good. I like the fundamentals of a Million Token, which is why I think, and plus, you don't have a large concentration of whales. I think it's been evenly distributed. Okay, so this is XRP versus Bitcoin. So, we are here. So if you bought XRP back in 2014 of August, you're basically the same amount of money as if you were in Bitcoin, but you got these wild swings. So basically, if you're up here in this top band, right, you sell. And if it comes down in these lower bands, you buy up. So like if you bought anytime down here, and let's say you just sold here, that's like a 1,600% gain. Or if you held on to it, you would have gotten like 5,000%. But if you held on to it, you would have seen your funds drop 94%. So, this goes up and down, and now it's just slowly bleeding. Hopefully, it will go up for the next altcoin cycle for those XRP fans. Let's see what Cardano does versus Bitcoin. I remember Link was doing well for a while, and then I sold all my Link for a million token, which I think at the time was good. I think Link's been underperforming, but let's take a look at what Cardano's been doing. Cardano, this is on the weekly chart. We were down below this exponential ribbon, and when we break out, right? Once we break out, let's say you bought when it broke out, you would have been up like 100%. And probably a lot of people did that. And when they, doubled their money, or in this case, if it goes up 100%, you 2x your money. You just sell, right? I doubled my money from May to July. And then I'll cash out. And that was enough to drop the price 65%. Okay, so let's see now. It broke the ribbon up here again, and stayed with it. At the top it was 600%, and then right now we're below it. And even if you got out as it was breaking below it, you still would have gotten a 3.7x on your investment. That's 276%. But now that we're below it, that looks like it's going to act resistance next time we touch it. So. Looking at Cardano, I know Bitcoin's doing nice, but it looks like it could be in a bear trend. We'll see. I'm now that I talked about Link, I have to pull up Link because that was a favorite of mine. That was a good blue chip crypto of mine that I had for a long time. Let's see how that compares with Bitcoin. See, it was doing wonderful. It was like continually going up and up and up and up. And then all of a sudden, it kind of crapped out on me. I think I got out before it was started doing this thing here. I remember when Link first came out, though, it was doing just so wonderful. And then I think the people in Link sold, like the people that got, free money, the employees or whatever. And it just crashed the price a lot. It went down 60% or something. I don't think it was up here. It was early on. Maybe it was over here. Yeah, it looked like it went below 90%. Yeah, I think it was here. It went below. But it still did well overall because oracles are so important in crypto. And now it's just kind of fizzling out. So I don't know why. I mean, Link, I think is critical for the oracle space in crypto. That's what you need. You need it for pricing. So I don't know why it's going down. I don't know if the Link community still has a whole lot of Link that they could sell. I don't know the story, but that's like the nice thing I like about Million Token because there's a fixed supply and that's it. And it's like no company owns it. I mean, TechLead has a lot of it, but right now he's giving out probably over 1,000 tokens a week in that million pool to keep up the 19%. And as more people move their million token from Polygon or other networks over to the pool, he's going to have to put more money in just to maintain that 19% APY. Anyway, so don't give TechLead too much of a hard time. He is putting his own tokens while they last into the pool. So we got Beans and Carlo in the chat. What else we have? So some people are saying it's nice to catch me here. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hello there, Tim. Tim, come back to Metaphor. Blocking feature works now. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I haven't been to Metaphor in a long time. I think this one is one of the reasons why you left. No. I never left. I never left Metaphora. I just don't have time for it. I mean, for me, I like to be on Twitter because I get a lot of my news that way, and on YouTube. But I think I get most of my news on Twitter. I early on, like late 2017 and 2018, I used to watch a lot of those YouTube videos, mainly Carl the Moon and MM Crypto. Learned a lot from them, but I think I've kind of moved on. They're doing their own thing with trading on Bybit or whatever it is. They're trying to get people to trade the ups and downs. I'm just not doing that. The statistics are 75% of those people that trade lose money. Fact. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be a statistic, so I'm just not going to do that. But they focus on that so much, and they probably get kickbacks for their sign up fees, referrals. So if I sign up under their link, whether I make money or lose money, they're going to make money off of me. And I think there's a conflict of interest there. So, and they used to cover news a lot better too. Now it's all these, crazy emotional faces on their thumbnails on YouTube. And it's just, they got to do that to get exposure and YouTube algorithms. And I'm like, I am just completely opposite of that. Right. I don't show my face. I'm not going to go hysterical trying to pump up my YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to like and comment, that's great. But, I don't care about the money or whatever. I'm just focus on fundamentals, information. Give me the news so I can digest it and spit it out and try to understand it. So let's see what else we have in chat. Yeah, but I never left Metaphora. I'm not there mainly because the news really isn't there for me. So, but yeah, I have to check out Metaphor again. I think the person you might be talking about is NFT Daily. He was really critical about having some type of blocking feature. So if somebody's spamming Metaphor, you just wouldn't have to see their comments. It says the last comment I see is Tim is the heart of million token. Yeah, I saw some really nice comment about Twitter too. So thanks for all the positive feedback. And I wonder, milliontoken.org. I haven't been to that website in a couple of days. Let's pull it up real quick and see what's going on there. I know they had updated it a week or so ago when they removed a couple of the YouTube people, which is good, good or bad, whatever. You got to focus on Million Token. I created that Gate.io account of mine to get MOVR. I still haven't looked into that. I just got so much stuff to do, or just taking it easy. So here's your pool, Million pool, and the ecosystem. I think the Millions Coffee. I think Bebo said he's not doing that anymore, so that could be scratched off. I still think Lion Run. If you want to keep it up there, because he's been around, Carl's been around, keep it up there. But it's not. The Lion Run is over. He's doing his hearts now. That art. And NFTs, so that should either be removed or changed because Lion Run is no more. And but what I was looking for is they did remove the dragon syrup and the rewards for the Polygon, which is good because we don't want to go. Oh wait, is it up here? I think they removed it. Unless my eyes are not saying it. That's good. Because we don't want to have false information up there. But yeah, I still haven't gotten around to getting any Million Token on the Solana network. And what was the other one? Kusama. Just it's something fun to do while the price is down. See where else we are at. So yeah, it's like Million Tokens above $6 everywhere. It's been kind of low on Avalanche, but you don't have to buy a lot on Avalanche to push up the price. That's one thing I like about Polygon. And I think the liquidity now is better on Uniswap. So you're gonna have to pay a lot of fees for that, unfortunately, though. The gas fees on Uniswap. But if you're just doing small orders, Polygon is definitely the way to go because there's practically no gas fees. So Avalanche went down to $5.50 for a while, right there. These are 4-hour candles, so you had plenty of time to buy it below $6 since yesterday at 3 a.m. Yeah, we'll just wait and see. If Bitcoin continues to go up, I hope Million Token doesn't go below $6 again. And if Bitcoin continues to go up and Million Token goes down, I'll probably buy some at around $6. It might be below $6 because after I buy it, it'll go up to $6. I want to buy it around $6, but if it's at $6 and I buy, it's gonna go up to like $6.50 or something. So I gotta, either do a lot of small orders, which I don't like doing. I just like to put a couple thousand in and then just walk away and not worry about it for a couple days. Let's see what else we have here in chat. Yeah, Bebo's in the chat. He's saying it costs $60 a month to keep open, and I couldn't afford it. Yeah, I saw your comments in Discord. I think it was you had to pay for like server costs and also. So, yeah, I mean it was a nice try, but it was something fun to do. So it has Tech Lead. No, somebody's asking me if Tech Lead sold his stack. He doesn't sell. I don't think Tech Lead actually sold any Million Token. I mean, he provided liquidity. I mean, by definition, I mean, I guess, when you're providing liquidity, you're buying and selling your USDC and your Million Token. But he's not actually out there like selling. He's actually donating it free to the Million Pool. So if you're staking in that Million Pool, if you've got a couple hundred or more tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, you have to pay gas fees to stake it, and then you're gonna have to pay gas fees to unstake it whenever you want to do that. So just factor that in. I don't know what the gas fees are going to be. It could be $20 or it could be $50. I don't know. But I really should be staking, but it's not that important to me. I think I can get like 3,000 tokens a year if I were to stake. Let me see. It'd be somewhere around there. I buy 1,000 tokens over a week sometimes. So. I like having my tokens in my wallet with my private keys, locked. I'm sure there's no problems with the contract, but if there was, for me, it's not worth the risk. Now, think about all those tokens that people are getting for free, and if Million Token goes up to $1,000 a coin, you're gonna look like geniuses for staking, And I think that's gonna happen. I think years from now, if Million Token survives and it's like $100 or more a coin, and you can talk about, hey, I took, I earned 200 tokens in the pool or 2,000 tokens in the pool or whatever. I remember somebody I think was staking 40,000 tokens in the pool, so he's making $7,600 a year just in tokens. So I know that guy's got I think he has like 50,000 tokens now. I saw his wallet. I think he was pulling out some stake tokens every so often and putting in wallets. I don't know if he's been selling them or not. Anyway, yeah, I think he's probably the biggest whale. I'm not like a big. I guess I'm a whale, but I'm not like a big whale. And I'm as far as whales are in the crypto, universe, compared to the whales that own like the other cryptos like Bitcoin and whatever, I'm just a small fry. I mean, these guys have been in Bitcoin for years or whatever, or made multiple millions of dollars. If they wanted to come in and buy $5 or $10 million worth of million token on a whim. They probably could, and have more than me. So that that could also happen if you get these. If million token starts outperforming Bitcoin because it's a small cap coin, and then these whales that understand fundamentals see what million token is, what I see it, fixed supply, even distribution, they could swoop in and just buy up a whole lot. They may not do it all at once, but they might be, every time there's a 20% dip or something, they'll buy a whole bunch up and then support the price and then go up. And then before you know it, they could have a lot of tokens. I see NFT Daily News in the chat now. How you doing, man? So we got Bebo. We got a lot of people in the chat. We got 18 viewers. Wow. That's a lot for me. Usually I get like 5. See, I've been talking for 45 minutes so far. And see what else we have. Oh, yeah. So like I said, NFT Daily got the news about the blocking feature of Metaphora. So I mentioned that in your next stream too. And he's working real hard on doing the stats for million token, usually Fridays or Saturdays. So Repo says, looks like there was a physical coin on TL's desk in his last video. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I remember I saw somebody commented about that somewhere on Twitter or the YouTube comments. I'll have to go back there and take a look. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. My thoughts are a lot right now on Ukraine and Russia. Putin was saying, or was threatening, basically, nuclear war, which I think is overreaction. But, Trump did the same thing when North Korea was launching rockets over Japan. Trump was threatening pretty much the same thing. So hopefully it's just a show of words. But if there's a nuclear war, I don't think people are going to be really caring too much about, price of Bitcoin or crypto. Everybody's going to be in survival mode. So hopefully they get that worked out. And, the people in Russia, the citizens in Russia that are suffering because of the sanctions and their currency going down, they don't deserve this either. I think I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of people in Russia who are also against, this war in Ukraine. I see the protesting. I mean, they're protesting in Russia. And, a lot of people in Ukraine are Russian and they speak Russian and they should be basically neighbors. So I think Putin, is overreacting, and, you can't stop progress if in general, they got all this free information on the internet, if that somehow promotes democracy and more freedom, you're going to have to do what North Korea did, just put up that firewall, or China. But, your economy is not going to, thrive. It's not going to advance. Like, again, look at North Korea, right? They look like they're, 100 years behind the curve. So, yeah, that's mainly on my mind is right now is Russia and Korea. But in the macro sense of things, I'm just looking at Bitcoin. Are we going to get above 50,000? If we get above it, great. I expect some type of retest, maybe come back down and retest 50,000. And, or, we can come back down and fill that CME gap. Long term, I'm still bullish. And if I get a chance to get, main token at $6 or less, I will scoop some up just because that'll be part of my DCA. And I'll just hodl it out. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. I see one last comment about, I hope TL doesn't leave us here on Earth. He could walk away from the project, and that should be okay. I mean, this is a social experiment, and he was kind of like, again, he's just, here it is, do whatever you want with it, So the community shouldn't have to rely on tech lead. Okay. So I just wanted to say that. And, if he wants to help the project, with Metaphor or continue the updates or, whatever. I don't know what else he has in mind. That's great. He is supplying the million token for the pool, which is also great. That should last a year or two. And, but if he doesn't produce content on million token on YouTube, don't blame the price of million token going down because of that. It would help if he does, but people in the community got to pick up the slack and come up with use cases or talk about it or spread a word of mouth. Like I was saying, Bitcoin succeeds because of the community and the fundamentals. The fundamentals, in my opinion, are better for million token, but if the community is not behind it, then Bitcoin will outperform million token. And that's just a fact, so that'll be a lesson learned. But I don't know that today. We'll see, 4, 8 years down the road, what's going to happen. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. If you like this stuff, give me a comment down below, like, subscribe if you haven't already, and retweet, spread the word. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.